Hello everybody. This video is going to be half movie review, half my life review, I don't know. But the movie review is Bridesmaids because I just went and saw it with my sister this morning. Not that great. Everybody was raving about it and they were like, oh, it's so funny and it's like the chick flick version of The Hangover. It's not at all, actually. There's not even something close to the hilarity that is in The Hangover, the entire movie. No. There's like one scene that's kind of funny and it's just like gross funny, and you're like, the whole time you're like covering your eyes because you're like, oh my god, that's gross. The whole time you're like, that's fucking hilarious. So that's like the only scene that I was like laughing and I couldn't stop myself. Everything else was kind of like, that's funny because it's awkward. Because a lot of scenes are like that. Only funny because they were awkward. Like one of those things where it was like one person be saying something really ridiculous and the main character was like, what are you even saying? I don't even understand. Like, it was one of those. So it was like awkward and uncomfortable to watch sometimes. So I had to be like, I'm not looking at this because it makes me uncomfortable. Second part of this video is my life update, I suppose, if I want to call it that. I'm going to update my blog on Weebly, and I keep saying I'll put the link in the description, and I don't ever do that. I should probably do that. It's onlygetsbetter.weebly.com. I have a couple blogs up already. I mean, I feel like they could be better. I'm definitely my biggest critic, so I feel like they're not very good blogs because I used to have a different writing style, and when I grew up, as I got older, whatever, it changed a lot, and it's more like it became less poetic, I think, and that makes me sad because I like being poetic. It's poetic me. The topic that I think I'm going to write about this week is friendships. Somebody posted something and I started thinking about protagonists and antagonists in relationships. They can be like relationships, like love relationships or friendships, how there's always one person that's stronger or like more dominant in a relationship, even if it's a friendship. And then you always have to consider, like, what does the submissive person think about it? Like, is the person that's submissive okay with that? And I mean, I think about my relationship, my best friend and I, she's the more forward of the two of us, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm completely fine with being quiet and the one that doesn't plan for us to hang out, and she's the one that's like, come over, and I love that. But then I think, like, some people don't like that. So what does a passive person do when they don't like aggressive people? Like, you're a passive person, so you can't just be friends with passive people, because all you're going to do your whole life is sit there and say, what are we going to do? I don't know, what are we going to do? And then two aggressive people will never work out because you're both aggressive. That doesn't work with relationships either. Could you imagine two aggressive people in a relationship that's supposed to be loving? Yeah, no. The best kind of relationship that I've seen, it's a mutual partnership. Like, you can't be completely passive, but there's always one person that's slightly more passive than the other person. And that's just how it works. Like, I'm passive, yeah, and I'm slightly less passive than my best friend, but sometimes I am not. Sometimes I'm a little bit both, so it's not like the whole time I'm just doing everything that she wants to do because we're friends. Like, sometimes I'm like, no, let's do this. So it's like, in friendships or relationships, you have to find that balance of which one's passive and which one's aggressive, and which one is more flexible in their position and which one isn't. And if you have two aggressive people that are not flexible in their aggressiveness, it's not going to work. Whether you're friends, your best friends, your lovers, you're married, it's not going to work. You're going to fight about everything. You're going to fight about where you go eat dinner because one of you wants the other to make a decision and it's not going to happen. And then the other person's like, you always shoot. Oh, it's just not going to work. And that's just my opinion of it. So that's what the blog's going to be about, even though I just kind of did the whole blog right there. But I tend to get more in detail because this video is already 5 minutes long and you guys don't care that much about listening to me talk to watch this for 5 minutes. So there's my video. Hopefully it uploads in less than an hour. I'll post more, I think. It might stop randomly, who knows.